Hi everybody, Amanda Munchies here with the Bud Show. Super excited about tonight's show and our wonderful guests here. Phenomenal strong women in our community that I am blessed to have on our show. We also have amazing munchies from our munchie sponsor, Chef Incredible Edible, thank you. And our producer, film guy is amazing and on point as always. Are we straight or crooked?
No, you guys are.
We're straight. Okay. It just looks crooked.
I want to be straight.
We are crooked. We're very crooked. So I'm going to have my wonderful guests introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about who they are, and I'm probably going to wear this chair. Who they are, and munch on food and stuff. So, all right, let's go. I'm going to go left and then right. So we'll go left and right. So we'll look this way and tell them who you are, wonderful Michelle. What do you do? And
Hello.
How do you do that?
Hi. Thanks for everyone watching tonight. Thank you, Amanda, and everyone else here. Again, we wouldn't be able to have these types of events if no one showed up. So again, I thank you. My name is Michelle Westenfield, and I'm with the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition. We're a group of people who are trying to, how could I say it, bridge the gap between patient and industry.
Okay.
Maybe give a platform for all of us to communicate because legalization is coming. And we're getting ready to do this here in 2020.
Okay.
So it's really important that the patient and the industry get ready. And so that's something that's been going on. Well, actually, I joined it as a member about 3 years ago.
Okay.
It was ran by Eric Johnson.
Where do we find Phoenix Cannabis
Oh,
Coalition?
well, we're on Facebook, Instagram, also phoenixcannabis.com. We're on all that stuff.
Type it all out.
Type it all out. We're also going to be at the Earl Cup on Saturday. So if your patients are out there with a card, this is the 3rd annual. I've been to all of them, and they have just grown like a weed. They really have. And I'm really looking forward to it again. Awesome. So again, please make sure you come out. And that's also another thing the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition does is we try to get out there and reach the patient.
So you said 3 years ago you joined as a volunteer?
First I started with Safer Arizona. I don't know how any of you oldie goldies are out there. And hi, Safer Dave. I was out there with those T-shirts that said, marijuana is safer than alcohol.
Everyone has seen those shirts.
Oh, yeah. Again, thank you,
So if
Safer.
you don't even know who Safer Dave is, is that his name?
Safer Dave was
If you don't know him, you know that shirt because everyone has that shirt, and if you don't, go get one.
There you go. And feel free to stalk my Facebook page. You can. I've used
Where
it.
do we find you on Facebook?
I also go by Mushy, Mushee. I also post on the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition. A lot of things have happened recently. And again, events is other things that we do.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for opening day on Monday for our legislation.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that everybody's hopefully going back to work, and we have the opportunity to meet them and greet them.
Okay.
And these are the ones who are and these are the ones who are making our cannabis laws.
When she says everyone, she means the politicians involved
the big
in
boys.
This shit. That's what she means, just for now.
I mean the big boys.
So.
And I want to really stress the importance of presence there, because I saw it at the Phoenix City Council just months ago where patients found out that Phoenix was going to raise the tax on their medicine.
Ooh, I remember like 17%.
Oh my goodness! And we flooded.
It's gonna be 25%, right?
We flooded it, and we said no, and it made a big deal.
That's a huge deal for us patients.
Massive deal.
So when you talk about taxation, and we have talked about this on the show before, when you talk about taxation going from 8.3 is what it is right now, I believe, or right, depending on whereabouts
where you're at.
There.
Again, city,
right?
Yeah,
but roughly 8.3, so 8% to 25%, because it was a 17% addition onto the 8%,
and that's stretched out not only for the patient, but also I call them creators, the ones who make our vape pens, our edibles, our concentrates, our growers. So I call them creators, but they're going to be taxed too. Again, if you all look at your receipts from your dispensaries, you're going to see those separate lines where all these taxations come in. So it's really important to
Wait, we're supposed to look at our receipts?
Oh, Well, okay, well.
No, but we should
You
look
really
at it.
You really
We
should.
be,
You really
right?
should, because there's a lot of information on those pieces of paper. And again, we're going to try to change the laws. We want to change how much these cards cost.
For sure.
We need people there to stand up.
Yeah.
We're actually getting ready. We're working with Normal. Phoenix Normal here, Michael Weisner, and many other wonderful members of Normal. You know what? I know Michael's ready. And we're going to be at the Capitol again on February 7th.
Is that something where you want people to join you?
Oh, yes, please.
So you want people to join you on February 7th at the Arizona State Capitol?
Arizona State Capitol.
Okay.
We also have an event already made on our Facebook page giving the address, as well as contacting Normal so we can find out who your representatives are. So when you do come to the state capitol, we will direct you to the proper person you need to be talking to, because we don't want to waste your time, because you would rather, well, I'd rather be medicated. I don't know about you, but I would rather less talk and more smoke. But so I would rather call, and get a hold of Phoenix Normal.
We can put that link on the link for the show.
There you go. And I also have it on the link on the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition on our Facebook page for our event. And again, it's February 7th.
Love it.
So that, again, that's, at least a month away. But Monday is a big deal. Again, we are opening the doors to our lawmakers. So we want to make sure that cannabis is there on the lawn in the sea of green when our legislators come on. So again, the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition, we do a lot. Please come be with us. And we're going to talk more, but I want to pass it over here because these cookies are killing me. And again, we'll tell you more about what we do, because we do also do court support, and that's another point.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this cookie and it's bothering me. So
we got to introduce it before we eat it.
yes, there you go. Yes.
All right, so before I introduce you, my dear,
Don't worry.
not to
No, this is
delay.
more important.
But no, it's not even about
It's
words.
to me.
It's just about nom nom. If we don't introduce, I'm going to eat the whole thing. So this is these food is all from Chef Incredible Edibles, which is an honoree of the Bud Card and a sponsor of the Bud Show every single Monday night. Sorry, people. So, a sponsor of the show every night. Obviously, my mouth is watering and I can't take it from this corn freaking brownie.
Sip of your beer.
I know, right? And so, basically, this brownie is made with keef. So, amazing and should taste delicious. Everything is definitely going to have a slight marijuana taste. You might taste that, but it's going to be delicious. So, direct ingredients are in the back. Very, very simple, basic things. Eggs, flour, sugar, and chocolate in this brownie. And then these are beautiful little Mary Jane jelly leaves. And so, so he's the chef has made these before for us. I don't know that we've had this flavor though, so I am super, super excited. And basically, let's just get down. One lucky member of the Bud Card, just for if anyone's not keeping track, one lucky member of the Bud Card won a $100 Medable basket, and it was goodies from this guy.
I saw that.
400 milligram Rice Krispie treat. There's a cinnamon toast crunch treat.
Dang.
There's one of these cookies, and there's some fudge. So someone's lucky. Someone's gonna be stoned as
Sign up for your Bud Card, you guys.
Right?
You're missing out.
Seriously. So it was so good. If you're not seeing Chef's Incredible Edible, you can actually reach out to him if you're a patient. So patient to patient. We're totally all about that. We love to support everyone in the industry. There's different ways to medicate.
Rip.
I was recently at a dispensary and overheard a gal talking about how she was at her limit, and I didn't know if I was allowed. Actually, I knew I wasn't allowed, so I didn't say it. But there was a part of me that was like, you don't have to only buy from dispensaries. As much as I love my dispensaries, there's other ways to get your medication, especially if you're at your allotment. Because when you do patient to patient, no one is putting it into a system because we're sharing stuff. So like tonight, I'm not tracking how much I'm sharing with you ladies. You have a card. You have a card. I have a card.
We're all okay.
We're all sharing, right? So, I mean, it's the same thing. So, yeah, I'm excited. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys? My hands have been on it. Sorry, you guys. Oh, well. No, well, you don't wanna.
I'm gonna pass this side.
Aren't you lucky?
Cheers.
It did good.
Delicious.
I like the crisp.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and chocolatey.
Mm-hmm. So good, melts in your mouth, but like crispy, right? But then melts.
There you go.
Mm. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, chef. This is delicious.
Cheers.
So, Chef has been one of our sponsors since the beginning. We're super blessed. All right, so while we're chewing, just clearly,
Priorities.
who the heck are you? I mean, I already know. You've been on our show
I know you guys
before.
have seen me before.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again. Seriously, I was so excited to be back. I had so much fun last time. Last time I was here, I was talking about my business, Blue Dream Brides, which is a cannabis wedding and event business that I've been able to start this past year. That's been going since about March, I think. But today I'm actually here to talk about something really, really exciting that we're launching, which is called Kush Network.
Wait, what is this called again?
Kush.
Ooh!
I know, sounds
Like
fun,
that.
right?
Sweet.
Okay,
that
so
already.
what is it? What is it? Essentially, it's a social network. It's going to be events every other month for the women of the Arizona cannabis community to come together in a safe space and connect and uplift and share. There will be no pressure, no stigmas to worry about. It's going to be a sisterhood that this cannabis community could really benefit from.
Sisterhood.
Mm-hmm. We're really
I like that
excited
word.
to bring this. We want to,
Sisterhood.
we believe that there's not a limited amount of success to go around in this community. There's endless amount of opportunities for all of us, and so there is no reason to hold each other back.
Concur.
We can all, put out these amazing
Absolutely.
ideas and networks for each other and
gotta
connect
support
and
each
bond.
other.
And so Kush is here to do that. We're here to help connect the women of the cannabis community in Arizona, and we are so excited for all the things happening already. We haven't even started yet.
So you haven't even had your first event. You already got hundreds of followers.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. People found out that I was going to have you on the show that don't know you and don't know what Kush Network is, and they were like, "Can we send in questions? We want to know. We have questions. We have questions." And I was like, "Slow down, slow down, slow down." So what are your questions, right? So because we always want to, answer questions that the audience has. So one of the questions that was out there, was just, what is going to kind of set you apart from current networking or other networking events, whether it's in the cannabis field or other fields in general, like what is going to set you apart, or even what is going to be similar and something that we can look forward to that we already know and expect and enjoy in the industry.
So let me answer that by saying that as a 20-something-year-old single female in this industry, I felt so alone at every networking I went to. It was, men in ties shaking hands and handing out business cards. I was so intimidated. I had no idea what I was doing. Now I've gotten comfortable. I enjoy these events. I go to them. I love them. But it's not the event I set out looking for. And what I came to realize as I was trying to join these teams and work with networks is that vision wasn't there. So, yeah. That's it.
And you know what? Something that I've seen as I've weaved through the industry, that it's kind of cliquey. Kind of like which lunch table do you get to sit at? It can really be that.
For sure.
And again, that's another thing we try to do is help try to make an even playing field, because this industry has something for everyone, and everyone can make some, and it doesn't have to be that cutthroat.
Yes.
So again, this is why I'm glad. Again, this is the first time I've been here and the first time I've met her, and I'm looking forward.
And we're so excited to work
And
together.
then again, the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition will be posting about her event that'll be coming up, because we want the opportunity for everyone to network, and the wider we weave the net, the more we get to catch.
Yes.
And that applies to all of you viewers watching. If you have a way you want to be involved with Kush, whether you want to talk about how to arrange having a table, we want to have you there. We want to work with you. We will work something out and make sure you are a part of our event, because our goal here is that nobody feels left out, even if it's because of money. Everyone gets to come and feel involved and feel
Women only or women and men?
These are women only.
Oh yeah, you
You
better
made
have
a
them
comment
all.
about men in ties, so I gotta ask.
But you
does
still
this mean
gotta
there
have
won't
them
be
all.
Any men
That's
in
true.
tie?
We will have a few events every year that'll be open. You can go and buy a set of tickets, bring a date, but this is going to be for women. This is for us.
Gotcha.
You will see men there. There are going to be men security and vendors, and that is it. The rest, all attendees will be women, and this is women led. Everyone that has a leading position in this, who's taken charge in this, is just like me, someone who started their own business, who found their place in the cannabis community, and doing their best at it.
So is this just you, or do you have a team of people?
So I do have a
If
team
you don't
of
mind
about
me asking.
15 people.
Wow.
It's just not I wouldn't like go and list all their names
Yeah,
yet.
no,
They
no,
are
I don't mean
some
to
of them
put you
have
on.
made their announcements already that they're influencers for us. Some are just volunteering. If you pay attention on Instagram, you're going to start to see a lot of giveaways coming up for VIP tickets, and those are huge because we're not selling a lot this time. We're mostly giving them away. A VIP ticket means you get a VIP box, and a VIP box has the coolest stuff. Oh my gosh. We have papers and cones from Blazy Susan.
Okay.
Superb Marketplace is going to be giving some amazing coupons for some products. We're not going to tell you. It's a surprise. We have like 10 companies just putting in the coolest stuff for these boxes.
Ooh, I'm
So
excited.
please check that if you're following any of our influencers, or follow us on Instagram and you'll see who our influencers are. And as you kind of keep your eye on their
already
pages.
know who one is.
Yeah, as you keep your eye on their pages, you'll see these giveaways start. And we want to get you to our event, you guys. We want to have you there for sure.
Yay.
So I'm excited. Thank you again for having me back. This is really exciting.
Well, and exciting again to talk about, women supporting women in this industry.
Yes.
It's super important. It's important to talk about, everything that's happening in the industry. And again, like, there is plenty of space for everyone. And again, going back to, God, I cannot breathe or talk tonight. Going back to, even as a woman who started the Bud Card, one of the reasons I started it was as a cannabis user who's been smoking cannabis and using cannabis for 20 plus years. I didn't feel like I didn't even know about events that were happening in the industry.
Right.
So, only when I started this business did I start to even find out about other networking and meetup events. When you invited me, in fact, was my first, right? Wasn't that my first
There you
meetup?
go. And as we go back, if anyone's noticed on my chest, the first thing it says is I am a patient.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Actually, yes, I have my card.
You better be, because we're being
Hey, anytime you want to see my card, I have it right here, kids. And make sure, and again, this is another reason why you need to follow us, because we talk about the law. We talk about what's going on. But yes, I'm an oldie, and that's why I tell you, you kids come.
You're an oldie.
I've been doing this for a while, so come to these meetings. It's really important that,
It is important.
and that includes the industry, and the industry wants to hear from us because they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the patient. Again, we are very powerful if we organize. So, again, I encourage everybody.
META is one organization.
We will also.
Let's talk real quick about some of these organizations.
Now, META, if anybody does not know what that means, that is the Marijuana Industry Trade Association. That is your industry. That is your dispensaries. Those are the ones that are putting these on your dispensary shelves. Welcome. And that's not a bad thing. Please understand that, a lot of people speak negatively about the industry, but please don't get me wrong.
We have to have all of these things.
Not all patients make their own magic butter machines, kids. I'm sorry.
Right.
We don't grow our own.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I
Some of
kill
us just
everything
don't
I
have the
touch.
green thumb.
Yes.
And that's fine.
How did you know?
I failed many times.
Everything.
Sorry. I
Me
tried
too.
a couple times.
You don't have it either?
Nope. Can't grow it. So that's fine. And that's fine. So
I
that's
kill
why
fucking
that's why
cactus.
I know. And that's why we need people
I kill fucking cactus.
to do this. And that's why it's also very important to pay attention to what's going on, because we do have people growing, and I've also watched people who have paid their dues to our Department of Health.
Yeah.
And
We need people on the too, that are on the front lines,
Yeah.
kind of, that are checks and balances.
There
and
you go.
helping to create these things too, right? I
Yep.
mean, that's part of it too. Like, we
There
need
you
it
go.
all.
And there you go. And that's why I come back to presents again. And
Sorry. We're gonna eat
presents,
these
no.
real quick.
Well, never mind. We're gonna eat those.
Jello, coconut oil, sweetener, natural flavorings, THC from flour.
There you
Everyone
go.
ready? Keep out of reach of children. Medical marijuana. Are you guys ready? Instagram. Chef's Incredible Edibles. All right, keep going. This is important stuff what you were saying.
might try
So
one.
again, we're getting ready
Yes.
for some big things. I was invited to sit in on a jury trial just recently.
Tell us about that.
That was for a young man who was a registered caregiver. Ooh, hello, kids. Cheers. Brit.
Cheers.
A registered
Don't.
caregiver.
Medical and drive.
No, don't. Uber or Lyft. That's what they're there for. And
So a patient.
well, he was also a patient as
And a
well
caregiver.
as yeah. So that's double dipping.
So
'cause they-
caregiver means he does what? What does that mean for someone
Well,
who doesn't have a fucking clue?
They can distribute as well as grow, depending on the patient. Now, if they decide they want to grow, the Department of Health assigns them patients. They do not get to choose. Please understand that. So once the patient is assigned to you, you grow for them. And again, you can also grow with multiple people under the same, in the same facility, which could also be a residential home. Does not necessarily, okay. And at the time, they were making what's called BHO. That's a butane honey oil extract.
Okay.
In 2016, which was legal then, and if any of you kids are paying attention, again, this is another thing that we do is try to pay attention to the law. In July, I believe, we lost our rights to actually what we're doing right now is these concentrates.
So technically, us eating these is illegal.
Hi, class 4 felon. Hi, guys.
Right now.
And I'm a card holder.
Can they can't come to us afterwards, though, can they?
Well, I'm...
She's like, get rid of the evidence.
Take care of the evidence, kids. Right, take care of the evidence.
Okay.
That's what we're going to have to hurry up and do here. Okay? And I'm serious.
This is a live show.
Live
We don't have
confessions.
knocking on the
We
door.
don't edit out our confessions.
I'm absolutely serious
We're
on
going to
this.
lock the front door.
Well, I'm going to hurry up and eat this.
We're locking them out.
I know we're laughing.
Okay,
But
But
these
it's
are,
serious stuff, though.
these are from Top Shelf. I just brought these in case you guys wanted to add a little medication, but I didn't know we were getting these amazing goodies from
Always add on.
Chef Incredible Edibles. So
again.
they're 10 milligrams if you want to try. She's like,
I'm
let's
in.
keep it going.
Well, we got to get rid of this. But again, kids,
I like that attitude.
flour, there's a lot of things going on in our courts, and we're getting ready to do, we just saw, again, I watched a guy, a boy, again, I feel old. A boy, right? Well, yeah, a boy. He was young, and he did not deserve what he got. They were trying for many counts from trafficking, money laundering.
What do you get caught with?
Well, again, registered caregiver,
Okay.
registered grower.
Okay. So technically, he should be allowed to have stuff because he's a provider to
What's
other
the
people.
limit of possession for a caregiver? like
Well,
how
for a
much they can go
caregiver, he or she must provide the 2.5 ounces per 15 days.
Okay.
Okay. So if they're growing for a patient who happens to maybe live outside of the 25-mile rule, you can grow for them. So he was growing and delivering. Other growers were involved, and what they were doing were their own things, and they were making, again, extracts,
Okay.
which again are not uncommon. This BHO, this
Yeah.
RSO,
Yeah.
these are all extracts we have been
Pens.
doing for
Dabbing.
decades.
All of it.
We've been using alcohol and butane and butters and all this for decades, kids. This is not a new
Hash
thing.
and stuff too,
Oh,
right?
geez.
It's not the same stuff, right?
Well,
Hash.
the way we separate, grind, collect resins from different plants. This is a plant.
It's a plant. It should
We're
be
really
legal.
not modifying it very much other than condensing it or concentrating it. Other than that, we really don't do anything. We don't even eat it raw. Right? That's where we get a lot of our CBDs. We're even using hemp
CBD is amazing too.
to get a lot of cannabinoids as well as learning about them. I think we added, 10 recently in the last 2 weeks? I think we added 10 more recently. So that's how much we're learning. We've lost a lot of time, and we're trying to catch up.
So wait, let's go back to this boy. So this boy was.
So
gonna
again,
get,
he was providing medicine for his patients.
and he was going to get how much time?
Well, we were looking to 8 to 15 years.
Holy cow.
Oh, yes. Again,
getting
money
this job.
laundering, racketeering, growing.
And he wasn't.
And also, the one word that got me was manufacturing of narcotic cannabis. That is what they're calling this extract. Your butters, your vape pens, all this stuff. If it's not the flower, again, if I had a joint right now and it was just the flower, we'd be cool. That's okay under Arizona state law. But once we start moving into this is illegal. The butter is. Once you strain out the cannabis, it's illegal.
It just shows you
And again, I don't know if
understand
you've
the
all
law.
had brownies with weed in it. It sucks. It really does. It gets in your
Yeah,
teeth.
the actual
It's
weed,
nasty.
Right? You
Yeah,
want the
yeah.
butter.
You'd have to leave the flour in order to be legal.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. And then, while I was in court, I learned a lot too because they brought in an expert on the manufacturing and growing and curing of marijuana. Now, that was a very interesting subject because the state would just say drying is drying and that's it. This kid was drying a lot of stuff because there was a lot of things involved, from freezers to stopping the curing process. I mean, I literally learned how it goes from the plant. Again, we can't just rip it off the plant and start smoking it, kids. That's not how it goes. It has to go. Nope, sorry. I don't know if any of you smoke Cuban cigars. If any of you smoke, no, seriously.
You have to dry the plant.
No, you must cure the plant.
What does that? What does cure mean?
Well, I learned that it is the balance of moisture, dryness and moisture in this plant. So when you smoke it, it'll burn so long and then release the flavors.
When you get flour that's too dry or too moist, it's because it wasn't cured right.
Thank you.
So people either didn't know what they were doing or didn't have the right,
there you go,
maybe atmosphere to cure in, or whatever one might say.
And this young man,
is this okay to do this on your?
Go ahead, knock your socks
off.
Hey, it's okay. God bless, please. Okay. Make a mess. God bless and make a mess. So anyway, this boy again was doing all sorts of wonderful things, and the state used it all against him. From the plant count, which they were actually under, because of his, but they went for multiples. Then they turned around, and again, we go back to these concentrates. Cheers. That Jones verdict really did a lot because it was suppressed in court. This boy was arrested before this verdict took place, but yet he
extract one.
Yep, and ended up having to stand under a law he was not arrested for at the time. Am I making myself clear? Mm-hmm. I hope I'm not sounding really stoned here. Cheers. Yeah, this is really good.
You're making very good sense.
So the judge is like, I cannot retroactively do this. I must judge you under the law that is in effect. Now, this is where I come back to presence. I sat in that courtroom exactly how I sit before you. With all this on me, okay? And they saw it. This jury saw it. I wanted to leave when it was all over. When that kid walked free, oh my God, we were so happy.
You gave it away, you just totally got free.
He did. No, wait a minute. I'm not done.
I thought we were building up to it.
No. We're still going back.
Spoiler alert.
No.
Spoiler
it's not a spoiler alert because we're still going to be sentenced for one count out of 10 horrible, terrible things. Okay, the only thing they could get this child on was in his personal house, not the grow house. Again, these cops went all over this kid.
Sounds like they had to work really hard.
Yeah, and he was a patient too. Please understand, he was a patient too. He held his $150 card that we all
pay for.
Regulars pay for, and then pays for on top of that a caregiver fee.
Which is expensive.
It's not cheap, kids. And again, and if you're going to grow for others, the health department assigns you people. And if you want to know anything about those patients, kids, you don't get to find out as a caregiver. You must have the patient request the information. So as a caregiver, you're kind of bound. You don't get to know what's going on. And one of the problems was one of these growers, his patient lost their grow rights. But he didn't know it because they don't tell you.
Oh, no.
So and you can't really ask as a caregiver whether your patient lost their rights. You have to get a patient to get up off the couch, or if they're in chronic pain, or whatever, and contact the health department. Who wants to do that? I don't have to do that for Percocets. Do you have to? Any of you have to do that for Percocets or diabetes, insulin? Heart medicine, any of you? No. But we do for...
Yeah, this is so crazy. So you went to court as a volunteer every day. You have a job. You have a full-time job.
Oh, good Lord,
You do this in addition. You support this industry all in addition. You're out at, as I was telling Jasmine, all of the meetings. I was bragging, saying she's at all the meetings.
But others are too. I want you all to understand. And I'm not the only one who's doing this.
For sure.
I wasn't the only one who sat there. There are, again, a lot of people who are doing this, but we have to organize. We have to organize now. 2020 is coming. Arizona is tired and ready to legalize practically anything. Unless we, no, seriously, unless we speak up.
Yeah.
Look what we're dealing with when it comes to just a brownie. Okay?
That's I mean, this is technically
This is
illegal right now.
technically, again, I'm not, it's great. I'm not picking any weed out. If weed was there, again, I watched this, but I also watched, again, a jury of our peers. Again, these are people who got called up on their...
Let someone go free, right?
They got it.
That's awesome.
When it came to trafficking, no, he wasn't trafficking. He was delivering to his patients. They even proved...
Which means people are starting to understand that this is medication.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We're starting to
And
normalize
that's the best thing.
You're starting to normalize this.
But I need also to let
Yes.
people who are making these decisions
Yeah.
know it too. So I need
Yeah.
those jurors. I need you and you and
Yeah.
you and everyone to help us. But this is also part of it.
Yeah.
And I like to thank everyone who's actually watching this. I hope you're all medicating right now. Seriously.
Just don't drive
Just
after you're
be at
medicated.
home, because you'll be at home watching this, I hope, or you're
Yeah.
at least in one stationary place. And again, be smart, pay attention, and talk.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. And we need to come together as patients and industry for what we're going to do.
The industry, everyone needs to come together. I mean, I think that's like the biggest thing in general. Like
we all agree on.
Yeah, we all need to come together.
And I think that's something that's mistaken.
Yeah.
And that's something that also the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition wants to try to maybe bridge as we go forward, because I watched what happened in 2016. I watched 205 go down. I watched the power of the patient as well as the power of the industry fight each other, and it did not pass. So again, you all would be surprised. So if we come together, we could actually make something very big happen here in Arizona. So again, I want everyone here. So
and people should be asking questions too. I think a lot of people don't even ask questions. They don't even know about where the medication comes from. They don't know if it's indica or sativa. They don't even know what helps what conditions. Like you were saying, if I'm not trying to call you out.
That's okay.
So she's not medicating because you're not feeling super great.
Right.
And we're not going to necessarily go into all your personal details of why you're not feeling super
But
great.
CBD has been saving my butt today.
See?
And this is the first time, seriously, this is the first time I've had pain that I've used CBD for. This is the first time that everyone's testimonies I have lived and
CBD
felt.
is amazing.
I can't even tell you. So I got my, Select lavender pen.
Yeah.
And within a few puffs, gone.
Very
Amazing. Isn't that cool? Isn't that so cool, you guys?
Yeah. CBD is great.
Shout out to Select. Those pens taste bomb.
Select is amazing.
Like
shout out to Jose. Shout out to
They are
Kendall.
wonderful.
Super shout out. Yes, we hope to work with them someday too. Like they are definitely amazing.
They're awesome.
Love Select.
And I like we like their products too. We don't necessarily endorse anybody, but I talk about the people that I meet,
Of course.
Yes.
and again the product as well as we talk about ingestion and how to use cannabis, all its different forms, from these wonderful edibles, your vape pens, even to RSO. A lot of people have no idea what those letters mean.
Don't say it yet. Wait.
See if someone can comment.
Do we need to do a commercial break yet?
Are we ready? Oh, we got to pay people because we always have to pay people.
Yeah, so we'll do a commercial break and then we'll come back and finish the show, and we'll say when we come back about the RSO oil. But before we go, hold on before we go. So let us know again in like 60 seconds who you are, where we can find you on Instagram and social media, and like anything else really, really important. And then we'll take a break and then we'll come back and we'll do another hour, and then we'll.
That's why I'm gonna have the rest.
We're gonna eat.
Yeah,
the rest
another
of it.
hour. Yeah, kids.
I'm gonna go first while you take your brownie bite, okay? So my name is Jasmine. You guys can add me on Facebook on Jasmine Rundall, or you can follow the official Pink Kush Network pages. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Pink Kush Network.
First event's coming when?
January 30th, 6 p.m. at Unexpected Venue in downtown Phoenix.
Ooh.
And we will send you that flyer to put everywhere.
Ooh, we can't wait. Bud Card members get totally hooked up, by the way.
You get free tickets if you are a Bud Card vendor.
Listen to that.
No,
members.
both.
It's all right. Maybe we did get her high. See? That jelly.
Contact brownie.
Jelly's already
I
with
love
her.
contact brownies. Any
Well,
of
she
you?
ate a jelly. She
Yeah.
did eat some, see?
Contact edibles. I didn't know that was even
Contact
possible. That's
edibles.
awesome.
Okay.
So January 30th, 6 p.m. Unexpected, and it's unexpected.
Tickets
what's
are going to be
happen.
on sale tomorrow.
Okay.
You'll see that link
excited.
all over our social media.
Okay, we are
Me
excited.
too.
We are excited. Is there when we come back? I want to know: is there any teasers or tidbits that you can give us
I'll
about
think
what
of
we
some
can
stuff.
expect at Unexpected on January 30th?
Say
Ooh, that's
that.
Woo! All right, so. Who are you? Where can we find
And
you?
we're going to make it real quick. Phoenix Cannabis Coalition, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, okay? And also Mushy, M-U-S-H-E. Just stalk me down somewhere. And again, I'll make it quick. We'll start off with one event. This Saturday, the Earl Cup, their annual Earl Cup. It is open and free to all patients, so please come out.
So cool.
Check it out. It is like the only competition cannabis